I'm not talking about my friends only. There are so many people, they really want to speak, but they don't have guts to speak out a single word in front of anyone. They say like, I also want to speak, when you speak in English now, I love to listen you. I also have the dream to talk in English like you. As like my friends, they are also thinking like me, they are also thinking like others. If I start speaking, people will start making fun of me. I also used to think like this. I hope this video will help them, those who really want to speak this language. Hi Atul, how are you? Welcome to the session
I'm
again. I think
yeah. Once we have the
okay.
conversation, yeah, I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm also doing great. Thanks for asking. What do you do? I forgot. Are you pursuing something,
I'm a
right?
teacher. I teach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you teach?
I teach English. Teach it English.
Okay, okay. In private school, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been teaching?
It's been 4 years, approx 4 years.
Wow, that's good. And what is your educational qualification?
I've done my master's, the B.Ed, and like CTET qualified. So
Okay. Okay, Atul. So tell me for the very first time when you started your speaking journey. And when you started your
yeah.
speaking journey at that time, what was your experience and what was others' reaction? I'm nowadays I'm asking this question to everybody because when we start something new, so at that time we think about others too much. We think about others. We don't think about what we actually want to do. So that's why I'm asking you that what was your reaction about your speaking and what was your family's reaction?
I mean, definitely, if I talk about my journey, so I had just done my graduation, and I was preparing for government job that time. So I was like in between, I was just going through newspaper and so many other stuff. So I was like full of knowledge and full of beans also, I'll say. So I just wanted, and then I just got an opportunity that I can impart my services as a teacher, and
Mhm,
then I went for that. I thought I will have the I can have a time for my studies as well. So I went for study. I went for teaching. And then what happened actually, I also was teaching that time. I was taking tuition classes. So I had the idea that how can I teach to the students. So then I went to school. Actually, that is altogether different. It is not like the classes or the tuition class that we are actually taking. So
mhm,
I mean, lot of people are there, a lot of students are there. You have a lot of you have the colleague, your own colleague. So you have the kind of interaction that you are having, that is altogether different, and it become more even formal when it comes to like any public place like a school or any kind of institution. So that was really challenging a bit, but yeah, I enjoyed that as well because I love to be in challenging atmosphere, because that's how you mature, you groom yourself, you make yourself more experienced. So I never just stay, I just always was stay grounded for that. And uh, and eventually I keep learning also with my that obstacle that was coming before me. So that's how I went, and my parents were also happy that I'm teaching, and I'm teaching as a and even that is English. So that was really a good moment. Yeah, has been a good
mhm.
moment.
Okay, one more personal question. As we all have school friends, college friends, like we
Hmm.
all. So, have you ever talked to your friends, school friends in English, like few words or few sentences? So, what was their reactions?
So are you talking about the school life, or I mean when we now interact with them?
Life, not school life. Nowadays, when we connect to our school friends, so do you talk
Yes.
sometimes English? And what do they say about your English? Do they laugh at you? Do they praise you? Do they appreciate you? Or what do they say? I want to know.
I have although like done my schooling, from a government school. I did not had that much, atmosphere as well. But eventually I learned the thing. But yeah, if I talk about my friends or my, that yeah, buddies and all, so literally like they are working their own field. I mean, they are good at, maybe from the accountancy part, or they opt for some other career opportunities. And so yeah, literally they praise me that whenever I text them or whenever I talk with them. So I can understand that whether they want me to talk in that language or not. So that's how I just switch my language. But really, they appreciate me the way I have evolved myself this language with this language, and uh, and
They
because some
appreciate
of
you.
them are
This
also,
is
yeah.
they appreciate you. This is a different thing. Like when I talk to them in English, at that time, at that point, when I'm talking to them in English, at that time they interrupt in between my conversation. They say like, "Oh, don't talk in English, talk in Hindi only," because they want to enjoy the session like in Hindi only. So at that time, what do they say when you start talking few lines, few
I was blessed with the like I did not face the kind of situation actually that they were have been always been that humble, the kind,
okay.
and I do have the limited friend. I don't have, so-called big friend circle, and so I'm in that way, like, might be that like I have been that ambivert or like the introvert kind of person, whomsoever have been my bunch of friends, so they have been very nice in their gestures and everything. So yeah.
You know why I'm asking this question? Nowadays, everybody wants to learn this language, right? To show off that I am also educated person, but they don't
Mm.
want to start their journey. They don't want to make mistake in front of anybody. They want to learn this language. They actually want to speak out this language, but in the room, not outside the room, right? So when they start talking in front of me, they feel shy. They never say a single word. Those who don't know this language, I'm talking about only those friends. Some of them, they know very well how to talk in English. They can communicate little bit, but yeah, most of them are facing this problem. They have this feeling to speak English, but they have that afraid feeling also to start
Yeah.
speaking in front of anybody. So
Yeah.
how they can start speaking in front of anybody? I'm not talking about my friends only. There are so many people they really want to speak, but they don't have guts to speak out a single word in front of anyone. They say like, I also want to speak. When you speak in English, na, I love to listen you. I also have the dream to talk in English like you. So how they can do this? This is
Yeah,
I
that's
want.
a very good question. Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, but I want to say, dreaming will not help you if you fantasize something and you aren't taking any action. So it will not take you anywhere. Okay. So literally, you will have to take those small steps, and you need to be persistent in your work, not just, because, and we need to be patient also. We need to be patient that it will take time. It's a process actually, you can't learn anything, if when it comes to a particular language actually. So it doesn't happen actually overnight, so you need to be patient. You need to take some steps, these small steps. If you are a beginner, you need to figure out what are the things that can help me in that way. So, and they can start framing some small sentences. They can even literally, we have today with the tip of our, our fingers, we can have a lot of, resources that are available, in terms of YouTube or like so Insta and all. So it is all up to us how we try to utilize or optimize these social medias and all. So yeah, and on the other hand, like we do have, distraction with this way also, but it's all about how passionate, how,
Yes.
enthusiastic we are about this. If there's a will, there's a way. So definitely that if they want, they can. And if I talk about my own journey, because as I told you initially, that I did not get the kind of surrounding in my initial days as well. So I just somehow start practicing by my own. And when I was in 11th and 12th class, so as I told, I was from a government school or Hindi medium. So I used to try, learn new words, new sentences, and I started speaking. I started speaking, and a couple of times I was praised by my teachers also, because I used to just come forward in my classroom and start speaking on a particular. And there were few guy actually, few friend I will say, that who wanted to learn, and they were also learning. They were also in the initial stages of this language. So we used to, and I used to come forward. So I did face criticism sometimes that why you try to speak in English, but I never took it in another way. So I always went for, I always took it in a positive way, that this is a way that I can learn and I can groom myself in this language. And I was always up for learning and speaking this way. And so that's how you also need to take these small steps. And now if I see that journey, it's been around 7 8 years, so it's not a small journey. And but I feel proud on myself, and eventually, and still I think that there's a lot to work on myself actually. So but yeah, I'm happy with my journey.
Yes, because when they call me, seriously, I'm talking. There are many friends, my school friends, they really want to learn this. So many of them, they can speak. But some of them, they really want to speak out this language. And when I try to give some advice to them, they never take them seriously, and they want to learn this language. And when I try to talk in English, at that time, few of them, what they say, "ज़्यादा अंग्रेज मत बन, रहने दे." At that moment, so how they can learn this language? These type of people, I think they can't learn anyhow. If you are not
Yeah,
taking
that's
interest
true.
learning, and you are not
Hmm.
ready to face that, because whenever we are going to do something new, whenever we are going to learn something new, we have to face so many difficulties in that, right? So everything is
Yes.
not, we have to wait for the right moment, and we have to work hard, then we will get the so we have to work
Yeah,
hard first. We are not ready to
yeah,
work hard. We want to get result, a
definitely.
good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we all admire Virat Kohli. We all admire, like Shah Rukh Khan. But are we willing to put kind of effort that they have put in their way, in for their
Mm,
career? So
yes.
literally, unless we take any step, unless we just come out of our comfort zone, how can we,
Ye-
hope for some, something good will happen with us? So rather than biding your time, just start. It's a high time, it's the right time that you take a step and just
mm,
start working what you feel like. So because just dreaming, fantasizing something will not help you anyway. It will just ruin. It will just shatter your life. It will just ruin your life at the end. So it's better to take or be realistic in your approach, be realistic in your thinking, and that's how you make something better in your life.
yes. One day I told them, if you really want to speak this language, if you really want to learn, I will teach you at free of cost. Join my course. But where you will get so many students, you will get so many friends. From there, you can also learn. But they did not join, and they were feeling shy. No, I don't want to join. We don't want to join. So this is not good. Now, if you really want to do something, just think about yourself. Become selfish at that time, right?
Yes,
Then get
I mean,
something. If you
yeah,
think about others, what they will think, what my parents will say about me, what my siblings will say about me, nothing is going to be
I mean,
happen.
for them actually, I want to say one thing. When I was like a student, or still I'll say the student also, like I have been studying for competitive examination as well. So I was told once, not I was actually in the classroom, like one of our teacher told us, like students and beggars and saint, they are never respected. If they will bother about their respect, so they will never able to do or earn what they want. So they
Very
need to be, yeah. So that's very important. If you are a student or beggar or like saint, so you don't need to bother about your respect or whether people are respecting you or not, because you are meant for something else. I mean, so as a student also you will face a lot of criticism, like you have gained a kind
at
of
that
like
point we
age.
should be neutral. At that point we should be neutral, right?
Neutral, that's true. Yeah, that's true actually. So I mean, rather than vocal by yourself, let your dream, let your career, let your being after being successful, let that burst, that kind of like things that people they start realizing, rather than being vocal by yourself, or rather than just scuffling with them. Okay, why are you saying this or that? Because that's how you just drain your energy, and that you can channelize in a positive way for your own goal, for your own career. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I would like to share one incident about my life when I started my journey of speaking this language, not learning. At that time, after getting married, previously, before getting married, I used to speak fluently. I used to be very confident. But after getting married, I stopped doing everything. I used to think like now I can enjoy my life. There is no need to do anything. And when I took admission in masters, at that day, I realized again that no, Mansi, you are doing very bad with you. You have become totally a homemaker. Now you should restart your journey again. Then I started. I was thinking about me. I was shivering like a I did something wrong with myself or with others. I was shivering like this. And I called to my friend, college friend, and I was asking her, you know, I really want to speak out this language again, but I don't know how to start it again. And she suggested me so many things which didn't work for me. And then I recalled to my college friend, and she's so fluent in this language. And then I was asking, Madhu, I really want to speak out this language, could you please help me how I can start my journey again? So she suggested me start speaking small sentences, try to talk to your children, try to watch some English content, try to watch some Coffee with Karan, and these type of things she suggested me. I took seriously. And at that time I was able to speak, but I was not showing myself that I know English, but I was afraid to show myself that I know, because I lost my confidence. And then I was thinking like, how can I start? I know very well I can, my mind can speak English, but my tongue was not supporting me at that time because I
Mm.
stopped practicing every day. Then I decided
Yeah.
one day secretly I recorded a video. I recorded a video. Then I watched that video. There were so many mistakes. I know them, but still they were totally wrong. So I restarted again. I used to like record videos and I used to delete them. Then one day I created my YouTube channel. I thought like, now here I'm checking myself. I'm rectifying my mistake. Started uploading solo videos, and then slowly and gradually I did not get a single negative comment. Seriously. Yeah, people are
Okay.
praising. Yeah, you are doing good. Because of my channel name, Housewife English Corner, they used to think like I'm totally a homemaker. Previously I was
Mm.
not doing anything. I'm a homemaker only. I'm a mother of two kids. So I was making mistake or not, I don't know about that. But yeah, I was making, but they were not ready to tell me my mistake. They were praising me. Yeah, you are very good. You are doing good. That. And then slowly and gradually, I got to know my mistakes, like which type of mistakes I am making in sentences. So in this way, I changed myself. I learned again. I started my journey. So if I did not do that, I would not be there, na. So that's why it's really very important to see yourself, to check your level where you exist now, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
that's
I
also important.
need to check myself. Mhm.
That's true actually, that we need to, unless you able to understand yourself, what's your need, where you stand actually. So you can't make any, upliftment in your journey. So we need to, it might be that it can take some pauses in your life, or for the moment you can, get out of everything and just start focusing where, what's your need and what you really want to do from yourself. So that's very important. And I do want to add on, by the way, you were fortunate enough that you did not get any kind of criticism. And I think
No,
it might be also one of, yeah, but it might be also one of the reason that you were very early in that way. Now we see a lot of people, lot of, women are, on this platform and they are uploading and talking or like that. But I think when you started, there were a very few,
very few
women
people.
were there. So yeah, it happens actually. But today we do have, so I think it would be better if you hear what the inner call is there inside you. That is, giving the kind of intuition. So that would be more, better way. And because the way, the much we can understand ourselves, the better we can understand ourselves, no one can understand us.
Right.
Even our parents, or the second half, no one. So it's very important that try to understand, try to do that introspection, that what's
Hmm.
your requirement, how you can make most of your opportunities, your resources. So that's how you start, working well.
Hmm.
So yeah.
To think about others. As like my friends, they are also thinking like me. They are also thinking like others. If I start speaking, people will start making fun of me. I also used to think like this after getting married, not before getting married. It's very difficult to do something again because at that time
That's
you have zero confidence, right? It's
yes.
very difficult.
I mean,
It's challenging.
yeah, that's true actually, because now we have become more mature, like in terms of, like when it comes to the age, what's so called that age, like earlier you were I mean, naive, you can, if you are committing mistake, that's okay. But now, you being a wife, being a woman, you have responsibilities also, you have lack of time also. On the other hand, you also have to speak well. So these kind of, like when these kind of challenges comes across us, so literally it becomes very difficult So whether we have been preparing for something and we gave break for that, so it actually starts, frustrating us, from inside. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very true. So
yeah,
that's why, like, we should believe in ourselves that I can do or not. We must know this thing about us, that I can actually do it or not. We should know this thing about us. Then we can do or we cannot do. Mhm.
definitely, see, like there are so many things. Either you can try multiple things. First of all, you need
Mhm.
to have a vision in your life that literally I have to make something big in my life. Literally, I want to do something big in my life. And if you don't know where for what you are made for, so you can try a lot of things. Suppose if you want to be a teacher, you can try to. You can start teaching somewhere. You can realize or rationalize that how much profit you are making through that, or how much good you are at this field. Or if that's not thing goes well, so you can start with some other stuff, but keep trying, keep working for that. So sooner or later you will find what you are made for. So eventually you will realize that, yeah, I was made for this. So this is
Yes,
also the
yes,
way that if you aren't, or you can decide a particular thing, okay, these are two three things that where I find myself I'm better in it, and then you can try, okay, I will try first this and then that. So that's how you can also figure out your calling. Yeah, so
yeah,
that can
yeah.
help them.
Hmm. I hope this video will help them, those who really want to speak this language.
Yeah, that is definitely, it is like, because I have personally, because literally I'm speaking, I did not take any classes as such. Literally, I mean, see, job, like your journey is not going to be, bed of roses. Definitely challenges are bound to come, but
Yeah.
it's also important that how we are going to tackle these challenges. Literally, I
Yes.
can, vividly remember the moment when I was in college, like my first year, first semester. So when there was a, like annual day or the annual function like that. So we know that there are a lot of programs or the festivals are there that take place. So when I saw, like, I was a bit hesitant. As I was a bit, introvert from a government school, Hindi medium. So I was lack of confidence actually at that moment. But I wanted to speak, and somehow I had started speaking as well. But I wasn't, when it comes to the public dealing, speaking from the stage and all. So I was altogether different, or altogether, away from these kind of platform. So, but when I used to see the people, or the, the other students, they were from, some of them also from the affluent family. They had the kind of culture, I say, English culture. So they were very fluent. They were very, vocal in that way. And I was always like praising them, or like, get lost in their, conversation, like what they are talking and all. But I
Mhm.
kept trying. I also started participating in debate and
Yeah.
discussion, so kind
That
of thing.
you're
And I
learning.
failed. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
I failed. But like I could not maybe win, but I participated. I was appreciated by, couple of people. But still, we always want to win something. So I couldn't. But I kept trying. I kept learning so many
Yeah.
things. And in college, if you talk about, I also took, yeah, in college also I took my all the stuff. I mean, my discipline in English only. So my political science and other stuff were all in English. And when we talk about, the like under like graduation stuff, the books and all, they are quite bulky, and their language is also not like, the kind of simple language. So not kind of plain language as such. So I used to, struggle as well in that way. But somehow I kept, figuring out the meaning, and keep, browsing its meaning, and also kept, writing somewhere, and keep using that how also. So eventually it happens. It take lot of time. It
Time.
take actually time. Yeah, so you need to be consistent, and yeah, that's how you make something.
Then one day I will start speaking. It will not work. They have to start
Yeah.
speaking for the very first day.
Yes.
Okay, so great.
Yeah, you don't. Sure, sure. You don't need to actually wait for perfection. If you wait for perfection, it's never gonna come. So the way we
Hmm.
started, riding cycle or something like that, we will fumble, we will fall,
After,
but keep trying. Just don't give up. Just stick to your, like, just stay focused, and you can make a lot of things in your life. Yeah.
yes, yes. Very a nice conversation. I think it will help so many learners, those who are watching our videos. So, Atul, it was really nice session with you. We will reconnect again very soon. Bye bye. Take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Really, I also love the conversation with you. And yeah, definitely it will help them, those who want to make something big in their life. So yeah, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day, good
Okay.
life. Keep enjoying, keep teaching. Thank you.